Welcome to this slow embodied yoga practice where our focus is on grounding. We are tuning into and harmonizing and balancing the root chakra, so muladhara, connecting to earth energy this evening, really tuning into our breath and our bodies. So go ahead and make yourself comfortable on your mat. Welcome yourself into the space, and we are going to begin on our backs. So take a position, whether you're lying flat or you might have your knees bent, somewhere you can be comfortable for a few minutes whilst we begin with some grounding breath work. So coming to lying on your backs. Maybe lying fully flat, or you might bend your knees. Or take Baddha Konasana, butterfly, with the soles of the feet connected and the knees dropping out to the side. So just find something comfortable for you to begin some grounding breath work. Taking a few moments here to just tune in to your body, to your breath, and allow yourself to arrive. Having the mouth closed if you can, breathing in and out of the nose. We're going to begin with a 3-part breath called Durga breath. And so lying on the back, this makes it a little more accessible. The idea is that we lengthen and deepen the breath, and we focus on 3 different areas to fill up with the breath and then empty out. So basically on the inhale, we would feel the chest rise and then the ribs expand and the belly inflate. And then on the exhale, we'll feel the belly start to deflate, the ribs soften, and the chest soften and empty out. So keeping the mouth closed, take a really deep, slow breath in. Feel the chest rise gently, the ribs expand, and the belly inflate. And on your exhale, deflating the belly, softening your ribs, and emptying the lungs. Maybe you want hands on your body to really feel this breath. Breathing in, chest rises, ribs expand, belly inflates. Breathing out, take it the other way. The belly starts to deflate, the ribs soften, emptying out the lungs. Let's do 3 more of these. Breathing in, filling up. Chest, ribs, belly. Exhaling, belly, ribs, chest. Deep, slow breath in, rising in the chest, expanding in the ribs, inflating the belly. Long, slow breath out. Belly, ribs, chest. Another one there, really deep, slow breath in, inflating. Feeling the ribs expand, the belly expand. Exhaling and deflating the belly, softening the ribs, emptying out the lungs. Let's just do 1 more there. Deep, deep breath in. Expanding in the chest and the ribs, expanding and inflating the belly. And then as you exhale, deflating the belly, softening the ribs, emptying out in the lungs. And keeping your breath natural now, just flowing gently in and out through the nose, not too much effort with the breath, just soft and natural. And if your knees aren't bent already, bring the knees to bend and take them to the edges of your mat And begin to windscreen wipe the knees over to one side and then the other. Just slowly windscreen wiping from side to side. Feeling into your lower back. And a little squeeze forward of the hip as you come over to each side. Then bringing the knees back to center and heel toeing your feet together now and the knees together, and continue to windscreen wipe the knees from one side to the other. A few times, and then when you get over to the right side, leave your knees over to the right. Hug them up a little higher than the hips and extend your left arm. So you're coming into a supine twist. And with your in-breaths, really feel into left side chest and ribs. And with your out-breaths, invite some softness into your body. Breathing into your tummy where you're twisted. And on your next inhale, bringing the knees back to the center and then over to the left side. Extending your right arm this time. Supine twist. Breathing in right side chest and ribs. Slowing down your exhale. Awareness at your tummy where you're twisting and breathing into that space. Slowing down your exhale. And see if you can release any gripping in that left thigh, the bottom leg, to feel a connection with the ground underneath you. On your inhale, bringing the knees back to your center, hugging the knees in. And then release the knees and take them over the hips, directly over the hips, with the shins parallel to the mat. And we're going to lift up the head and the neck and the shoulders and reach the hands forwards. It's a little gentle core engagement here. Tucking chin to the chest. Palms of the hands could face down. And keep reaching forwards through the fingertips. We're going to gently pulse the hands up and down. So it's like bouncing the hands up and down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then take the hands behind the thighs. We're going to come up here. So getting maybe some momentum to roll back and then forwards, maybe a few spinal rolls. If this doesn't feel so accessible, you could roll over to one side and use your hands. Otherwise, getting a bit of momentum to come up, crossing at the ankles and coming around onto all fours into tabletop. Coming onto all fours here. And to begin with, let's take the hands a little further forward to just create some more space on the mat and untuck the toes here. And just start to tip the hips back. Feel a stretch through the arms. And then on your inhale, rounding, bringing yourself up and rounding in the shoulders. And then maybe dropping the hips forwards. So as you inhale, sending the hips back, reaching through fingertips, a little child's pose. And on your exhale, lifting up, round in the shoulders as you drop the hips down. Inhale, take those hips back to your heels, reach the arms forwards. And as you exhale, rolling back up, rounding in the shoulders, dropping the hips down. And from here, drop your hips all the way down and then come into Sphinx. So we take the forearms, face them down with the palms of the hands, elbows underneath your shoulders. Just pause a little bit here and breathe. So press the ground away, lift your chin. Feel into the space between your lower ribs and your hip bones. Connecting your belly, your sacral chakra, your root chakra to the ground underneath you, and breathe into that space. Inflate your belly on the inhale and slow down your exhale. Be really present in this moment right here. And taking your hands back underneath your shoulders. Keep the elbows tucked in for stability as you lift up through the knees and come back into your tabletop. Moving through some cat-cow here, we drop the belly and arch the back, lifting the chin upwards. And as you exhale, you're rounding the shoulders, touch into the chest. Inhale, drop the belly, arch the back. Exhale, tuck and round. Look back to your belly. Inhale, arching the spine, lifting the chin. Exhale, tuck and round. Press the ground away. 2 more like this. Dropping the belly, lifting the chin. Exhaling and tucking, pressing the ground away. Last one. Healing through your front body. And as you breathe out, tune into your back body. Inhale, come back to center. Press through the right hand as you start to peel open left arm. Finding a twist as you press the ground away. And on your exhale, let's thread that left arm even all the way across. Drop left shoulder down. Into thread the needle. Resting your head down, resting your right arm. Feeling that stretch. Perhaps coming back to the awareness of that Durga breath, the big inhale to inflate the ribs and the belly. And then on your long exhale, deflating the belly, softening down towards the ground. Breathing in, filling up the lungs, expanding the ribs, inflating the belly. Long exhale. One more there. And exhale. On your inhale, using your right hand to bring yourself back up. And then pressing into the left hand for stability, opening up the right arm this time. Finding your twist. Pressing the ground away. And as you exhale, threading that right arm all the way across, coming into your thread, the needle, resting the head down and the left arm. Breathing in, feel the stretch into your right shoulder blade, down your upper arm. Lengthening your exhales. Breathing in and really creating space. And as you breathe out, really feel yourself connect with the ground underneath you. Another one there, deep breath. And exhale. On your inhale, using left hand to guide yourself back up. Let's find one more cat-cow here, arching in the back, lifting the chin. And exhaling, tucking and rounding. Press the ground away. Maybe even tenting the fingertips here to find a little more space. On your inhale, drop the hands back down and then start to make your way into downward facing dog. Thinking about your foundations. We're really thinking about the ground this evening. Think about your foundations, spread the fingers really wide, tucking the toes and start to slowly lift the hips up. Making all of your movements slow this evening. Begin to pedal out in the feet. Bending in one knee and then the other. Really taking time to tune into your body this evening. We'll be pausing when one heel goes down to feel into the back of the leg. And then taking it to the other side. Coming to stillness in your own time and allowing some stillness here in your down dog, a little bend in the knees. Pressing through the hands to lift the tailbone. And then notice your head. If you're lifting your head up, can you relax and have more of a neutral position for the neck? On your inhale, look to the top of the mat and we'll take a little mindful walk to the front, little baby steps. No rush. Coming to the top of your mat, take a deep breath in for a halfway lift. Finding a flat back here, extension through the spine. As you exhale, slowly forward fold, soften the knees and allow the head to draw down towards the ground. A deep breath in, inflate your belly against your thighs. And as you exhale, roll up the spine. One vertebrae at a time. Head coming up last. Take a few shoulder rolls, front to back, and then back to front. And a breath in as you reach the arms up. Now as you exhale, take the arms behind you and interlace the fingers here. So interlace fingers, press the palms of the hands together. So take a bend in your elbows. We're going to take the back of the left hand and tuck it into your right side waist. I'll show you what it looks like from behind, tucking the back of the left hand to the right side waist, taking a deep breath in. And on the out breath, softening your right ear to right shoulder. Get this big release down the left side, neck, arm. Noticing any arching in the lower back. So see if you can draw your lower ribs down towards your hips. Tuck the pelvis. Keeping that connection through your feet with the ground. On an inhale, slowly bring your head back to center, keeping the grip of the hands. We'll take the back of the right hand, tuck it into left side waist. Press the palm of the left hand to the right hand. A big breath in. And on the out breath, soften left ear to left shoulder. That little tuck of the pelvis. And then the deep breaths to find the space. Keep connecting down through the soles of your feet. And on the inhale, bringing your head back to center, releasing the hands. And take a shake out in the hands here. So just take a little moment to shake the hands, maybe get the arms involved as well. Maybe the shoulders can get involved. It's a good way of shaking off any energy or tension that you might have collected through the day. Have a good old shake. Breathe in through the nose. And out through the mouth. And then find stillness in your mountain pose. Notice that energy fizzing around your hands and your arms. That prana, life force energy. And then connect down through the soles of your feet, down underneath the floor, foundations, and down into the soil. So root yourself down. And then on your inhale, we'll rise up. Move through some slow salutations. On your exhale, forward fold. Breathe in to a halfway lift, flat back. And as you breathe out, let's step back through to a plank, sending the hips back, sending the legs back, and we'll modify for an evening flow. We'll lower the knees down and untuck the toes. On an inhale, I want you to send the hips back to your heels for a little child's pose. And exhale. On your inhale, we'll lift up and come back forwards to your modified plank. So drop the hips down. And on your exhale, take it back to the child's pose. We're just moving through here. Inhaling, dropping forwards. Exhaling, hips go back, finding that child's pose. 2 more of these. Inhale, roll forwards, drop the hips down. Exhale, hips go back, child's pose. And for this next one, you might even go deeper, seeing how it feels as you inhale, drop forwards. You might then drop your hips down and lift the chin. And on your exhale, slowly send the hips back. Breathe in here to roll back up, come back into that modified plank. And as you exhale, this time we'll bend the elbows to lower the chest bone down. The hips could come down first, then the belly, then the chest. Inhaling into your sphinx, the forearms and the palms of the hands down. Breathing here. Exhaling. Another deep breath into your belly as you inflate it against the ground. And exhaling. On the inhale, the hands come underneath the shoulders and we'll pick ourselves back up through the knees and then send the hips up, the downward facing dog. Pedaling in the feet here, bending in one knee and then the other. And perhaps trying a few different movements here. So you might bend the knees in your down dog quite a lot and twist the hips over to one side. And then come back to center and swivel the feet to the other side, maybe sending the hips back a little bit for a side body stretch. All just different options to try. Or you can stay with pedaling the feet and twisting the hips in your own time. And then coming to stillness, taking a deep, deep breath in. And an exhale. On the inhale, we'll look forwards. We're going to step the right foot between the hands. So the option is to lower the left knee first for the modification. You could help your leg around, or you might heel toe it around. Coming into low lunge. Pressing through the sole of the right foot to ground yourself before starting to rise up and lifting the arms. Coming into low lunge. Interlace fingers and leaving the index finger free. Keep a little tuck of the chin here. And really press the top of your back foot down to anchor yourself. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, we'll take a little lean to the right. So keep plugging your feet down, lean to the right. And feel that stretch down the left side body. And anywhere where you feel a real force, like maybe it's your hands gripping for dear life, maybe you could invite a little softness, even though we're really activated. On your inhale, gently coming back to center, releasing the hands, and we'll take the left hand down inside the right foot. Now you could come onto a block here, or your hand could be down on the mat. That pillar of support through your left arm. So coming into your twist, opening up the right arm. Seeing if you can relax the head a little bit as you press through the left hand. Low lunge twist. Option here, tucking the back toes and raising up that back knee. If that gets too much, you can lower the knee down at any time. Option to raise that knee if that feels okay and not too much of a struggle. On your exhale, we'll start to bring this right hand down and place the right hand inside the right foot. So we're swapping to the other side. That hand might come onto a block to bring the ground to you. And we'll start to peel open the left arm this time. We're taking that twist to the other side. If it feels more grounded, you could turn that back foot to the side. Or lower the left knee altogether if that feels more accessible. Wherever you are, pressing the ground away through the right hand and opening that left shoulder. And perhaps deepening the bend in the front knee to open the hips. On your exhale, the left hand is going to come down to support you, starting to extend your front leg and turn your right toes to the side. So you're going to come into a wide leg forward fold. Adjusting the feet, using blocks is your option here. It's a great option. You might rest your forearms on a block. Softening in the knees, or lots of bend in the knees if your hips are feeling tight. Get yourself settled here and then start to tip the weight forwards onto the balls of your feet. So you get a sense of the tailbone lifting up, the top of the head easing down towards the ground in that direction. On an inhale, start to use your hands to lift halfway up, and then we'll rotate ourselves around to this front foot, the right foot, turning yourself forwards and lowering the left knee back down. Heel toeing the right foot across to the left edge. And we're going to come down into pigeon, so we lower the right thigh down. Different options here for pigeon. You could have the left leg extended all the way out to the back. Bring yourself central and then either stay elevated. Maybe this is enough of a stretch, or you might come all the way down to rest on your hands. Or we could take more of a half pigeon with the legs in this kind of both knees bent, and then you're rotating chest bone around to the right foot, holding onto the ball of your right foot for support. So just choose the one that feels more accessible, but also the one that gives you a really good stretch in that right glute and hip. I'm taking a few moments here in pigeon. So focus on quieting your mind by staying connected with the breath. I have a little snail friend just come to join me on my mat. Hello, mate. Just stay with the breath and notice what is present with you, what you're feeling on a physical level in your right hip, perhaps on an emotional level, energetic level. Stay with the breath, inflating your belly. And that long, slow exhale. Calming your nervous system, winding down for the evening. We stay, maybe the more sensation we start to feel. So just try and stay with that. Be really present with your body. Place a compassionate intention into your breath. On an inhale, start to make your way very gently out of this, using your hands to lift yourself back up. Leaning onto your right thigh, we'll bring that left leg all the way round and come into a seated forward fold. So both legs extended here. Sitting tall and really feeling the connection through the base posture, the base of your spine. We can take a little bend into the knees to start hinging forwards towards the feet. So you might walk your fingertips forwards bit by bit. See if you can get a sense of drawing your chest bone towards the feet. And it might feel more supportive if you can reach the feet, but Try not to force anything. Dropping the head and relaxing the head. Breathing into the back of your ribs and your lower back. Feeling the root chakra at the base of your spine, directly connecting with the earth. On an inhale, starting to walk your hands slowly back up. And we'll bend the knees, cross at the ankles, or you could take the knees over to one side and bring yourself back around onto all fours. Taking a cat-cow here, dropping the belly, lifting the chin. And exhaling, tucking and rounding, pressing the ground away. On your inhale, coming back to center, and then tuck your toes, and on your out breath, push yourself back up into downward facing dog. Pedaling in the feet here, dropping one heel and then the other. Coming to stillness. Looking forward between your hands, we'll step the left foot through this time. So you can step that foot through, or you might lower the right knee first as the modification. Give your left foot a hand to the front. Pressing the sole of the left foot down to rise up. And then interlace fingers, leave the index finger free. Wrapping one thumb over the other. Take a breath in here, press down through the back foot. And as you breathe out, a little lean over to the left. So you start to feel space down the right side of your body. Keep yourself anchored by pressing the feet down. On an inhale, coming back to center, releasing the hands. Take this right hand inside the left foot, down onto the mat, or you might use a block to bring the ground to you and feel a bit more support. And then peel open the left arm. Allowing the head to be relaxed. So try not to lift it up too much. Give the head a break. Press down through the top of the back foot. And on your exhale, we'll make that switch. So the left hand comes down inside the left foot. You could still be on the block. And peel open the right arm. I meant to give you the option of raising the back knee. So there's the option now. You could tuck those back toes and lift the back knee. Grounding the back foot if that feels more supportive. The turning back foot to the side as an option. So here we're in extended side angle. We've taken it deeper by coming into it in a different way. On your exhale, we'll bring the right hand down, extend the front leg, and then start to walk your way round into that wide leg forward fold like we did on the other side. Hands to support you. Option to take a little rock backwards and forwards. You might rock onto the heels and lift the toes or the balls of the feet, and then rock forward and come on to the balls of the feet. So rocking back onto the heels. Just an option here. Until you find stillness. Let the head be heavy. Nod the head yes. Shake the head no. Pressing into the outer blades of both feet. Switch on the sides of your calves. On an inhale, using your hands, come up halfway. And then we'll heel toe the feet in. So we just narrow this a little bit. Your feet might be parallel like this, or you might turn the toes out and the heels in. We're going to move in and out of a muladhara squat. So yogi squat, malasana squat, lowering the tailbone down as low as comfortable for you. And then on the exhale, extending the legs and lifting back up. So hands could be on the floor, or you might have blocks to support you. On your in-breath, lowering the tailbone down as low as is comfortable for you. And exhaling, lifting tailbone. 2 more of those. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, push against the ground to lift the tailbone up. Last one, inhale, lower down, and the option to stay here in full malasana squat. You could place blocks underneath you. And then place the hands back down, tip forwards, and lift the hips back up. On an inhale, we'll start to rotate around to the front foot, the left foot. Lower the right knee back down. And then we'll set up for pigeon pose here. So heel toeing the left foot across to the right. Using your hands to support you to lower down onto the left thigh this time. Going for full pigeon if that's in your practice. Full pigeon is not better than half pigeon. It's just a different way of expressing it. So one is not better than the other. You might either be in a full pigeon with the leg extended back. But if that's putting pressure on your knee joint, which it could easily do with it bent like that, then you could drop down onto your left thigh, keep a bend in both knees, and walk your hands around to the left foot. So you're rotating chest bone around, either staying like this, elevated and leaning the chest bone towards the foot, or you might have space to drop the left elbow down and interlace fingers around the ball of the foot. Tuning into your breath, staying present with the sensations around the left hip and the glute and the outer thigh, inner thigh. Try visualizing your breath like a wave. So on the inhale, the wave is slowly coming in. And on the exhale, receding back out. Gentle rhythm. Slowly, gently making your way out of this. And we'll stay leaning on this left thigh to bring the right leg all the way around. So extend that left leg and bend the right knee. Place the sole of the right foot just inside the left thigh. Reach up with the left hand and then wrap left hand around the right thigh. Right fingertips behind you. Find a little twist. If you've got more space, you might take the right foot over the other side of the left thigh. That's an option. And you could take the left elbow and bring it the other side of the right thigh. They're just different ways of feeling the pose. The legs staying where they are, just rotate upper body around to the other side. Bring the arms around to the left. And on an inhale, come back to center, and we'll take that to the other side. Extend the right leg, bend the left knee. The sole of the foot could be inside the thigh, or you might take it over the other side. Reaching up with the right arm. And on your exhale, wrapping it around left. Using left fingertips tented to give you some length and extension through the spine. Press the left foot down, the left big toe down into the ground. And there's the option of taking the right elbow the other side of the left thigh for a little deeper in the twist. And staying with the legs as they are, rotate upper body all the way around. Feel that mobility in your spine as you come round to the right side. And on the inhale, coming back to center. Unwrapping the left leg, take a bend in both knees, reach the arms forwards. Option, you could take a block here and place the palms of the hands on the thinner edges of the block. Squeeze the block together and take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, we slow descend all the way down. So tucking the chin as you go, curling up the tailbone. And coming all the way down onto your back. Keeping the block handy here and bringing the heels to your hips for bridge. We'll just do 4 bridge lifts, bridge raises. So arms alongside the body. And on an inhale, start to curl and lift the tailbone first. So feel the squeeze in the glutes. And then start to lift the hips, raising up into bridge. Squeezing at the top there. And on your exhale, curling down the spine. Mid back, lower back. Landing the hips back down. Inhale, curl tailbone up. Lifting the hips up into bridge. Driving the hips upwards. And as you exhale, curling down the spine. Mid back. Lower back, hips come back down. Inhale, curl up the tailbone. Squeeze the glutes as you lift into bridge. Keep a little tuck of your chin. Squeeze and hold at the top. And exhale, curling down the spine. All the way down. Last one, curl up tailbone first. Start to lift the hips. Up into bridge. This time taking the block And either placing the tall, thin edge or the long, thin edge, perhaps coming up onto the balls of your feet to make the space. Place that underneath your lower back for a supported bridge, just for a few breaths. Once you're secure on the block, release your glutes. Keeping a little activation in the thighs so the legs don't splay out to the side. Keep them parallel, but really release your glutes. Take some deep breaths in, really inflate the belly like a balloon. And a long exhale. One more there, really fill up and inflate. And exhale. On an inhale, lifting up, coming up onto the balls of the feet to lift off your block. And like we did before, curling back down the spine, mid-back, lower back, hips. Heel toe the feet as wide as your mat. And start to windscreen wipe the knees from side to side. And the next time you come over to the right, leave the knees over to the right. And then lift the right foot and place the ankle on the left thigh. Using the weight of your right leg to assist the stretch into the outside of your left hip. Feel the space you're creating around the ligaments, the tendons, the soft tissue, the fascia, connective tissue. And lift the right foot back and place it to the edge of the mat. And bring the knees back into the center and across to the left. This time lifting the left foot and placing the ankle on top of the right thigh. See if you can let the weight of your left leg assist that stretch into the right hip. Releasing, lifting that left foot back to the edge of the mat. Bring the knees to the center and then lift the feet off and into happy baby. Hands might take the backs of the thighs as you open the knees wider. You could stay at the thighs, or you might reach for the outer blades of the feet or the big toes. Grounding your arms back into the sockets. Feeling the length of your spine connecting with the ground underneath you. Perhaps you could visualize when you breathe in and you take in some of this earth energy, that you light up each vertebrae of your spine in the color green. You light up, going one by one up your spine, all the way to the top at your neck. Recharging like a battery, because we are electromagnetic. We do recharge when we connect with nature, with a grounding practice, with our breath and movement. Releasing the feet or the thighs and hugging your knees into your chest. Invite yourself into Shavasana, extending the legs all the way down the mat. Lying flat, or you might have a bend in the knees and allow them to rest against each other. Wherever you are, inviting yourself into this deep rest to integrate your practice, to quite literally digest it. Let the breath be natural. Let it take care of itself whilst you rest. Gently bringing some awareness back to your body, to your breath, to the space that you're in, and the ground underneath you, holding you, supporting you. Beginning to deepen your breath as you roll your head from one side to the other. Make some movements with your fingers and your toes and your wrists and your ankles. Keep deepening your breath. Maybe take a full body stretch. Bringing one knee into the chest, followed by the other. Keeping hold of your knees as you roll to the right side. And use your left hand to guide yourself back up. Coming to a comfortable seat to close the practice together. Whether you're here live with me or on replay, it's all the same energy, bringing the palms of the hands together, resting your thumbs at your heart space. Take a bow of your head down to your hands to honor your practice, to honor your body and your breath. Thank you so much for joining me, and see you next time.